Next on Good Morning El Paso, breaking overnight, the investigation after a man is shot dead in the lower valley. Your round-the-clock coverage is just ahead. Also,
he is defying the Constitution. He is defying federal law, and he's defying the American people.
President Obama is taking action to change what he calls a broken immigration system. But not everyone is fond of those changes, why the president could be facing a lawsuit. And we're learning more about the husband and wife killed while crossing the street. A look at who Ben Collins was and the integral role he played for UTEP's athletic department.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Good morning. I'm Stephanie Valle. Hillary Florin is off today. It is 6 o'clock, and if you are just joining us, we do have some breaking news. A man is dead after being shot overnight. Let's get straight to our round-the-clock coverage this morning. It happened near the intersection of San Jose and Duran around 1:45 this morning. That's right off of North Loop. Police are still on the scene investigating, and that's also where we find Good Morning El Paso's Andrew J. Polk with the latest. Andrew.
Good morning, Stephanie. As you can see here behind me, Duran is still completely closed off this morning. Police investigating the area, including having a mobile command vehicle set up to assist the investigation, and police are expecting to be out here for several more hours this morning. So all of this started happening after police responded to a call of shots fired around 1:45 this morning. Now, police arrived on the scene and found one man lying on the sidewalk with a gunshot wound, and another man found nearby holding a gun was taken into custody. Police aren't releasing the identities of either man just yet. The gunshot victim was taken to Del Sol Medical Center, where he died from his injuries. A police spokesperson says that this area will be shut down 4 hours more this morning as investigators from both Crimes Against Persons and the Regional Command Center continue collecting evidence at the scene.
4 hours. So anybody looking to commute through the 400 block of Duran or anywhere right there at Duran and San Jose, they can anticipate slow traffic if they're on San Jose, no traffic if they're on Duran.
So again, police still on the scene here this morning. They're not releasing any more information about the victim or the shooter, though we do know that man, again, still in custody this morning. This being looked into as a possible homicide. So we'll be here working with police to get more information and be sure to bring it the latest to you on air and online as it happens. For now, reporting live in the Lower Valley, Andrew J. Polk, ABC7.
All right, Andrew, thank you. Well, the end of the work week is finally here. Let's go to Storm Track meteorologist Crystal Clyde to see how our weekend is shaping up. We've been waiting for this all week, Crystal.
Yes, we have. And yesterday, just as we expected, things got a little warmer. Very nice in the afternoon with a high of 69 degrees. Today, our afternoon high temperature will be similar, slightly cooler in areas. And then as we move into the overnight, we'll see a slight chance of rain. Before we get to that, though, how about your morning conditions? You still have to head to work, this morning. 43 is your start. Actually not bad. Still can grab the coat, but it feels a lot better than the 20s or 30s outside. Las Cruces, you are in the 30s, but it's the upper 30s. 38 degrees. Winds are calm, and as a result, your wind chill temperature not in effect. Clouds and radar showing us that we do have some clouds that moved by overnight. That helped keep our temperatures up a tad. We've got more clouds and a little bit thicker cloud coverage that will move in later on today through the beginning of your afternoon, and especially in the late afternoon, we'll see those cloudy conditions and the slight chance of rain build. We'll talk about that 10% chance, and if it's a little stronger in areas, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Crystal, thank you. And more round-the-clock coverage now. A person is recovering in the hospital this morning after being stabbed at a bar. This happened at 11 last night at the Handlebars Bar and Grill on the 1700 block of Lee Trevino. Emergency crews tell us a fight broke out before the stabbing. One person was taken to Del Sol Medical Center in serious condition. That person has yet to be identified, and no word yet on any arrests. President Obama heads out on the road today to continue his pitch to the American public that he has the legal right to act on immigration without Congress's help. ABC's Tamon Bradley has the latest developing now.
Today, President Obama heads to Las Vegas to sell his immigration overhaul. Defying Congress, Mr. Obama will sign executive orders removing the threat of deportation for nearly 5 million people living in the U.S. illegally.
If you meet the criteria, you can come out of the shadows and get right with the law.
The president's orders affect some 5 million undocumented immigrants, most of them parents of U.S. citizens or legal residents. They will be eligible for legal status and work permits if they've been in the U.S. more than 5 years and have no criminal records. Republicans are incensed. They're considering a lawsuit challenging Mr. Obama's use of executive authority. Overnight on Facebook, Senator Ted Cruz rallied the troops.
He is defying the Constitution. He is defying federal law. And he's defying the American people.
Across the country, the immigration debate rages on. Supporters of the president's action believe it will help keep families together.
I'm delighted. I'm just happy this thing is happening.
But many Americans think the president's action rewards undocumented immigrants for violating the law.
He speaks a good game. Let's not con the American public.
The president's changes will go into effect in the spring. There'll no doubt be lawsuits, but the president's aides say his actions are supported by law. Tamon Bradley, ABC News, Washington.
ABC 7 had the opportunity to speak to an immigrant who fled Honduras. Although this woman does not qualify to gain any type of citizenship under the new Obama plan, she wanted to share her story so people can understand the horrors immigrants go through in search of a better life. While riding a bus through Mexico in June, she told us cartel members kidnapped 20 people. They were taken to a warehouse and asked for ransom money. When she couldn't come up with the money, the kidnappers held her for 3 months, where they put her to work.
I would cook for them, I would wash for them, and I had to pay in other ways.
In the end, her captors set her free. She headed for the U.S., where she was caught by the U.S. Border Patrol. The woman was released on bond and is now awaiting trial. And later today, she leaves to El Paso to New Jersey, where she has family waiting for her. New information this morning on the 2 people found dead in their home yesterday morning. Police have confirmed with us that it appears to now be a murder-suicide. The discovery was made around 10:30 yesterday morning on the 9800 block of East Ridge. Police say officers were called to the home because family members were not able to contact a person they believed was inside. The officers made entry and found 2 bodies. Neighbors we spoke with were shocked at the findings.
It's a very big surprise, very, very sad. Not a good surprise, very, very sad situation because they're both very good, nice people.
He's a good family friend. That's just a very good person, and like I said, a family friend. We really consider him part of our family. He was a good friend.
The names of the 2 found dead are not being released, and details are being withheld by police. Once we get any new information, though, we will pass it along. New this morning, New Mexico's spaceport is under more scrutiny in Santa Fe. Lawmakers are demanding more answers on how the New Mexico Spaceport Authority plans to recover after the Virgin Galactic crash in October. Anchor tenant Virgin Galactic has delayed commercial flights indefinitely. Yesterday, the spaceport's executive director went before a legislative oversight committee and got grilled after handing them a presentation filled mostly with photographs. At 6:08, it's time to take a look at the TxDOT traffic cameras. Looking in central El Paso at I-10 and Reynolds, you can see that traffic is starting to pick up just a bit there. No problems to report at this time on the roads in and around that area. Protests turned violent overnight in Mexico City after tens of thousands demanded information about the 43 missing college students. They're now asking for the resignation of the country's president. And can the Utah football team clinch a winning season? They might be able to do it today. A preview later in the show. But first, Storm Track meteorologist Crystal Clay has your complete forecast. Crystal.
Good morning. It's a little warmer start in areas than it was yesterday at this time. We'll check in on your temperature change map, talk about how much warmer we're dealing coming up after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. It's 6:09 and this is ABC 7 where news comes first.